Mark Thornton was once a name buzzing in the Asian expat lanes of the online social world, but now it's all but forgotten. He arrived in the Philippines, chasing a dream that he sold to other low-minded individuals, but reality had other plans. Desperate to escape crushing debt, Thornton fled to the Philippines with just $800 a month in Social Security. While teaching English online, he seemed to chase, but was actually running away from a fairy tale dream, and this was inevitable, all whilst blissfully unaware of the stark realities of life in his newfound home. After multiple dating catastrophes, one which involved flying across the Philippines to meet a single mother and her son who then asked him to purchase a wheelchair for her father worth 20,000 pesos, he was able to meet someone with interesting age dynamics on a dating site. He was older than her parents, and she was younger than his daughters. If it wasn't for the fact that she was dirt poor, as Mark openly stated countless times, one would have to assume that there would have been no relationship. Anyway, after exchanging back and forth, they agreed to meet for dinner, where she not only brought a friend but also her mother. It was basically a transactional relationship paved with good intentions by someone who was determined to achieve greatness. Mark had this grand dream of purchasing a cruise ship and sailing around Asia and Europe. He named John Smulo, the Californian expat, as his marketing director and offered the person who gave him clout for his YouTube channel a free round-the-world trip. Ultimately, it turned out to be a complete total waste of anyone's time. The videos, the live streams, the promises, it all turned out to be an art of social disorder and disaster. But amidst all this was an innocent soul who was lured in with high hopes and promises of a better future. In Filipino society, especially in this day and age, Jin was basically still a kid who most definitely thought that Mark was a rich foreigner who could offer her a better life. He wasn't. He portrayed himself as that, using the exchange rate and skin color to his advantage in manipulating and strategically weaving himself into a portion of society that thought much highly of him as an elderly Western man. The fact is, Mark was a high school dropout who practically worked as a sales attendant all his life and was then forced into retirement with debt and medical bills. Anyone in the right frame of mind will get where this is heading. There is no reason to bash those who have passed on, but the life of Mark Thornton as a negative influencer in this space, glorifying e-begging while showing off a fantasy and misleading his newfound friends, can serve as a blueprint of what we don't want here in the Philippines as part of the expat portion of society. It has been happening for centuries, and Mark is almost like a pioneer in today's digitally global world where freedom of speech has never been more of a commodity or option that anyone with a phone anywhere at any time can tap into. Mark was no expert on Filipino life and issued a glimpse into his own twisted and deranged view of Filipino society as being a jungle or cage where the strongest survive, rather than a communal society based on empathy, respect, and compassion. He embodied everything that is offset from true Filipino culture and society, leveraging poverty to his advantage and then displaying it as love and affection. He never addressed finance issues, though he openly stated how poor his wife and her family were. The fact that he tried to play this fact under the table is the reason why it sticks out like a sore thumb. On a broader scope or lens, he exploited the nation's economic struggles for his own benefit, cloaking his self-serving actions in a facade of love, generosity, and affection. His calculated attempts to mask this manipulation, pretending his motives were pure, only amplified the deceit, making his betrayal of authentic Filipino values glaringly obvious and deeply unsettling. This also rubbed off on his friends, who were absent from his non-significant milestones of marriage and a baby.
I decided to quit do anything in YouTube, both channel, because it's stressing me. So my surroundings, what's going on in my surroundings, it's not good for my health, not good for myself. So that's why I don't want to do anything in YouTube. For me, I'm done with YouTube, both channel. Have a good day.
Mark never really niched down on anything except selling the keyword Philippines to tell other people's stories in an attempt to gain views for income. Now his channel is nothing more than a memorial service that is still ongoing in an attempt to earn revenue. Still chasing views for income without breaking down the actual science and passion behind being a YouTuber. The channel focus is off someone who literally failed at everything he set his eyes on, his quest for self-gain, and without a sense of community, empathy, or just simple respect, which are cornerstones of not only the Philippines, but Southeast Asian communities. Mark's focus on personal gain through YouTube views neglected the value of community. True influence comes from contributing meaningfully to others, not exploiting their time and stories for profit. Don't let Mark's story be yours. As global citizens, commit to living with integrity in every community you join. Immerse yourself in the culture, build genuine relationships, and pursue goals that uplift those around you. Start today by reflecting on your impact. Engage with your host community authentically, support local initiatives, and reject exploitative shortcuts. Be the expat who strengthens, not strains the cultural fabric of your new home. Moving to the Philippines is a lasting impact that will live on.
I have not taken one penny from any single person, not one of my subscribers. I've not asked any of my subscribers for money. I'm not going to ask my subscribers for money. We can start an online funding for
to his PayPal, my description box.
I'm begging you to put your love in the hand now, baby.
The Philippines cruise line being started by somebody in the Philippines that used to be an art director on a cruise ship. I don't know where the guy got the idea he could run a cruise ship, but it's freaking phenomenal that he actually thinks that. I mean, he's basically a failed art director on a cruise ship line over the years. And he failed pretty much he middle failed at everything in life, right? And he wants to run a cruise ship now, and he's nearing like 70 years of age. He's suffering, I think, from Alzheimer's or idea of grandiosity. He thinks very highly of himself. I don't know why he does. He has a freaking blinking disorder.
Also, so we can start an online funding for the initial money that we need to get the ship inspected and things. He's doing that for free. He's not charging me anything. He wants to do it for free just to be involved in the project.
That's next to impossible. I don't particularly understand how this guy thinks he can do it, and it'd be like getting on the Titanic.